All right, good morning, everybody. It's Uncle Bonner, and welcome back to Subsistence. Been working on some things. I did want to clarify something, though. Hang on a second here, something ain't right with my sound. Yeah, the range that doesn't just apply to these. Like when you put an item down, if it's blue, it'll let you put it there, right? Like when I was demonstrating this, I wanted to clarify this because I think some people were a little confused. See how it's blue? That means it's okay to put it there. It's in range of your base command unit, so it'll add that value of the item to the overall pool, so to speak. That also applies for planners and other things like that. So, hang on a minute. There we go. That's a little bit better. I don't know what's going on. My gain was seemingly lower than normal, and I don't like it like that. There, I don't have to have the mic right in my face. That can get kind of annoying. Anyway. So, yeah. We're heading into the lovely nighttime. There's a bunch of wood laying around outside. I added, I don't know if I showed you this or not in the last one. I might have. I put this little porch here. I also have, I like to do this, when the hunters are on, they have to bust through this door. And these are just cheap doors. These are the starter doors. They have a value. See, if you look at with the hammer, okay, you can see this has 500 durability overall. Now you can upgrade it with the iron pieces as below. However, that's expensive, and we're not near that point yet. Takes quite my base in my last save with many hours had upgrades, a lot of upgrades, but it's just the whole thing still wasn't upgraded. It's expensive. Well worth the effort though. So I put these stairs inside the house, which I didn't want to do. As you can see, it's kind of sticking out my window here, but just for now, I'm gonna put a hatch in here when I can. I don't have the materials right yet, so we can just go up and down. But I put a planter up here. You can throw water in it like so. Just click it in there, and also these fertilizers we've been gathering from our stove, just merely running. Right, it grabs these fertilizers, ash, pretty much. Right, so you want to just go up here, and this will help hasten the time it takes to grow this stuff. Now, you can upgrade this to add a grow light, so this will keep growing at night. Because at night, see how it's got the sunlight thing here? You can't see it right at the moment, but yeah, if you look at this as a whole, right? E for access, you'll see that it gets sunlight. See light right here. Just bear with me, guys. It's been a while, but yeah, right now, see how it's 0%. That means it's not going to grow. So by upgrading this with a grow light later, this is new. This was not here when I played last. You can also reduce the power efficiency. These are expensive upgrades, though, so we won't be adding any of that anytime soon. So for right now, it's just going to grow at night. So you use the fertilizer, your ash from your stove, or if you have a chicken coop, they'll poop, and you'll get poop fertilizer. You can also use that. You just want to, basically at night, just come up here and now you don't have to throw your good water in there. You can just use this water right here. It doesn't add as much to it, but you don't have to wait for it to cook or anything. You don't have to waste fuel to do it. So I just did that because I had it on it. I wanted to show you real quick how you water them. And that's that, guys. So, and if you need to repair, you just, if you have nails of wood, you just hold this in your hand, do this, and it just repairs that item. That's how you repair things. You get a little costly if they're beat up, like if a bear gets your stairs like it happened to me and so on. I'll turn the light on just so you guys can see better. So yeah, there you have it. So I explained some of that. Yeah, in range items, like for example, like I said, if the planter has to be in range, everything has to be in range, and you'll know if it's blue and it allows you to place it down that you're in range or not. Like I said, these are going to be going below as soon as I get up enough resources to build the bottom out in this. And I like to do that too because I put the chickens inside. I'll put my mining drills down there and stuff like that. It's generally a good idea in this game that you have a basement. Just because later on when you start getting hunter attacks, you're not, but if you just stick it down here like right here, right now, you're in the wide open. You're just asking for your stuff to get destroyed. So I'll build it out. I'll put some walls all around this whole bottom, and then we'll start using that more. But for right now, I'm going to keep things safe and just keep them right inside the base. I'm going to, like I said, upgrade these stairs so these aren't here because I hate this. This is what I was saying earlier. It's just, yeah, I don't like it. It's just, you know. But right now it's a way for me to get up to my roof, and I can just check my stuff. Like you can see how it's not, you know, I have no progress. And it won't start going up until the daylight. So we want to upgrade those. And the cool thing about that is you can keep these inside. Like I build a greenhouse later on. I'll have a greenhouse and I'll have these planters and stuff inside, right? And then I'll just have the grow lights on them. And, you know, that's when we're all growed up and we have more things, right? Right now we're junior small fries in the world of subsistence. We're gaining ground, but, you know, in subsistence style, not very quickly. And that's to be expected. So don't expect to jump in this game and have all these nice things because you're not going to. You're going to earn it, and it's going to take some time, but it's worth it. Yeah, you have a sense of pride in this game when you accomplish things because, you know, it's not handed to you, right? It's not, you know, you're going to earn it. You're going to go out. You're going to do the work, and you're going to, you know, put the time in, really. And it's fun. That's why I like this game. I like challenging games. I don't like games where you, that's why I think I have such an affinity for The Long Dark. Just because it's, you know, in my opinion, I'm always going to be a stalker guy at heart, but I am doing my Interloper series, and this will be the last Interloper series for a while. I'm going to take a break from Interloper, concentrate on some other things, tidy up some stuff on the channel, which I've been working on slowly. Just there's only so much time in a day, guys. When you're sitting down and you're recording an hour at a time, you do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos a day. It adds up, right? So, you know, I don't have a whole lot of time to do the things I need to do. Like right now, I'm uploading, I'm playing, I'm recording. You know, it's just a typical day for a gamer guy, I guess. So I'm just gonna wait it out. I usually like to start just during the day. I just got kind of brain dead. I wanted to jump in and, you know, take that time because it's, you know, it's gonna be light out soon to explain some things, brush up on stuff I might have missed, so that if you guys try this game out, you're not like sitting there, you know, going, "Oh my god, what the hell." There are things that could make. I'm not going to get into these weird gun variants right yet, although this looks kind of interesting because it uses 7.62 cartridges, and it's a manual lever action, which is kind of neat. But see, look at that, 20 weapon parts, and that's just these. Now, when we start bunker busting later, when we get the hunters up, we'll get good loots from their bases. Once their base is more established, though, when they first start out and they're small, you don't really get a whole lot. But once they get established and you go there and you kick their asses and you raid their stuff, you can use bunker. You can totally like destroy their base command units and you get a special crate. It's a process, though. It's not an easy one. But you do get a lot of like ammo and different things from doing that. So there is a reason for the hunters being in the game. And it's a good way to get ammo and stuff later. For right now, though, it's a little bit harder to come by. But we'll just kind of be, you know, frugal, like I said before, with what we have. And kind of survive and build up. And then later on, when I'm a little more comfortable and I think you guys are a little more well-versed what's going on in the game as well, then I'll go ahead and turn the hunters, or the game to normal. And we'll put the hunters on, and we'll have I'm not going to set it for random attacks, for them to just randomly attack our base. I'm going to set it so it's revenge only. So in other words, if I go over there and I screw with the hunters, then I can expect the next day I'm going to get an attack. I don't like the random attacks because if I'm doing stuff and I'm building and working on the base and they're outside throwing Molotovs and destroying my wood and making me use a bunch of resources, it gets kind of aggravating. So it's up to you guys how you want to set up the hunters. And when I get to that point, I'll explain to you each setting a little bit more in depth, and we'll so that you have an understanding as a player too. When you're first starting, I would not suggest. I would stay in easy mode and turn the hunters on, okay? Because they're gonna kick your ass. Just take my word for it. I don't care how long. The AI in this game is pretty. It's pretty intense, especially with the hunter. And he's changed, I guess. I just was reading the behaviors, so they're even. They're not as predictable as they used to be. So he's actually upped his game as a developer and made these AIs a little smarter, which is kind of scary because they were pretty freaking badass before. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. So with that said, I'm going to leave it in easy mode, and I'll turn the hunters on. And then if I'm a little more comfortable and I got more gear and more ammo and stuff, because you go through it quick once you start fighting those. It's not something you want to do. I mean, you kind of got to do a little bit at a time, right? It's it's just the way this game is. So right now it's daytime. So my mission is going to be as normal. As I'm going to go look for kelp. I need food. I could go fishing, but I've already gone over the cheese grater on the nut thing, but we won't talk about that again. But anyway, I'm gonna go in here, and I don't know. Fishing just bores the hell out of me in any game. Get my water. I have no food. Like I said, I don't have a refrigerator yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick this stuff away so we're not carrying it around, hogging up space. I'm gonna probably reloot those same items. That's fine. I've been storing up some of the ash. I don't know why I keep sticking those in here. I want to keep these over here. I got some goodies. I got some weapon parts. We got a couple protein bars here if I need them for... We have an antidote, so if I get an infection, I can run back and use that. I don't like to keep it on me. It's just, slots becomes a serious issue in this game. I really wish the dev would add, 2 or 3 more slots to your main inventory. I do like the fact, though, however, he doesn't bog you down with burdening, frickin' encumbered bullshit, which I hate. I think it's another reason I like this game. It's not a weight thing. It's just a space thing. I just wish you would increase it a little bit. Again, it's a typical example of devs that just take a good thing, put it in your face, and then fuck it somehow. And I don't mean to sound rude there, but for instance, right, okay, you don't have weight, so you don't get encumbered and you're not walking slow. That's awesome. But I need more space. And you get out in this game and you start looting crates and stuff. You're running back to your base. And when you're clear across the map, I'm going to be clear about something. We haven't scratched the surface on this yet, really. Right? So there's a lot to explore. There's a lot more ores to find. There's a lot of crafting to be done. I had a viewer ask of that question. And yeah, they're absolutely, you can keep getting ore. I mean, you just keep finding it. But again, if you look at the map here, see how it says Silver Birch Falls? That's where our base is right here, indicated by the dot from our base command unit. See how it says iron, very high, copper, low. Now, if you scroll up here, there's lithium and other ores, but it says low. So each area of the map that you explore is going to tell you. Deep Cove Inlet, for instance, silicon, zinc, copper, potassium, iron, and it tells you the amount that's going to be in that area, which is cool because this was not in the game last I played. Last I played, there wasn't these barriers either. It was just a map. Didn't even show you where the cave is. See that there? That was not here when I played last. You had to just kind of know where it was. So I'm glad to see he improved on this map because that was always kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass because if you didn't know this cave was here, you wouldn't know it was here. But this tells you. Now this cave has been expanded. There's lava parts to it. You got to use those climbing hooks and stuff to get up and down, I guess. And so there's new things for me to explore as a player, which is great. And I'll show you how to get to these and what's in there. But you got to be prepared to go down in here, especially if the hunters are on, because they will be down in there. And you got bats in there, and they fly down, and they're annoying, and they're a pain in the ass, and they do quite the damage, and they'll bleed you. So this is a tricky little area. So I would suggest when you're first starting out, maybe leaving the hunters off and just going down there and acquainting yourself to these caves, which I'll show you how to get to later on. And, we'll go over that. So there's a lot to do, guys. It's a progression thing in this. It's patience, and like I said, you just have to grow, and you have to do it slowly. The name of the game says it all. Look up the definition of subsistence, and that's basically why the game is the way it is. It's subsistence. You're surviving on a subsistence level, right? And so you're gonna earn things, and you have to go out and you have to get it. But right now, I'm in dire need of food, so I'm sadly gonna have to waste probably a shotgun shell, which I'm fine with, just so I can get some food going real quick here. So I'm not spending my time fishing or boring everybody with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and find me a bear. I'm gonna pop him in his big jolly yogi rancher eating ass, and we're gonna have some breakfast. And there's our sucker right over there. I swear I heard a boar. The boars, by the way, I didn't touch on that really. The boars are they won't really attack you unless you provoke them. They can break your legs though. Typical boar fashion. I mean, and so that's those splints are for when I was showing you to drag the leather. You can just craft it here. So if you get a broken leg, you just you make a bandage and a stick. It's a pretty straightforward. That's why I always keep sticks on me and bandages. Just so if you're out and about and you need a bandage or you need a splint or something, you can just make one. Yeah. So the boars, they're a little tougher. I don't really mess with them at this point. Once I get my bow upgraded and stuff, I will. But for now, I just leave them be. I don't need to bother them. Same thing with the moose. I'm not going to be bothering with the moose because the moose, like deer, they'll run off. You got to hunt them. They're just a pain in the ass. So I'm going to wait a bit. I want some firepower before I go after the big boys. That way, we don't have to chase them down. And I mean, you still have to do some chasing, but okay. So I got my 2 shots off. So I want to make sure I'm running. That's what you want to hear right there. And he got I only got 1 off on him. I don't know what the hell that was about. One of them must not have hit him all right. It's okay. We got him. We're good. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my axe here and go wash our hands. We should get some fat, leather, liver. Yeah, we got 2 foods and a little fat and a leather. So that's great. We'll go back to the base real quick and we'll cook that up. Then I got to do some kelp diving or find some berries along the way or whatever. I'm not really in an urgent need for fibers right now. So I can kind of lighten my tasks for the day down to. Let's concentrate. Yeah, see, like right here, we got a blueberry, which I'll go ahead and take that and eat it. You want to eat those kind of, if you need it right away, there you don't forget, they rot in your bag, right? So what this game is all about, it's about utilizing the resources that you get in a very proficient manner, or you're just going to make it hard on yourself. And this game can be very daunting if you've never played it, by the way. So don't expect to jump in here and do what I'm doing right away, because you're not gonna. I'm just letting you know right now, guys. I'm not insulting you as a person or a player, but you're not gonna hop in this game and own it. It's just you're not. It's gonna take some practice, and so just be patient with it, and you'll really start to enjoy it later on. It took me quite a while when I started playing this game to get a footing in it. Even, I mean, just getting started off and getting a platform set up to me was like, oh my god, I got a platform set up with a pair of crack stairs, and I can put my fire on wood, which I never made sense to me in this game, but that's cool. You can put a campfire on your wood, right? So sorry, my phone. It's like I said before, guys. I record and it's phone time for some reason. So yeah, just be patient with it. You'll like it. It's fun, and but it takes time. That's why I'm trying to explain everything, because I like I said, when I first started doing this, there was a lot of players playing the game, but there was not really a lot of players that were going out of their way. There was a few very excellent players that did go out of their way and break things down for people. But when I first started, when the game was kind of newer and stuff, there wasn't a whole lot. So I want to that's why I wanted to aim this series at, hey, welcome to Subsistence if you've never seen it before. And I'm going to explain it to you so that you can use these videos to, for you to learn how to play it so that you're not getting your ever-loving ass kicked, and you will get your ever-loving. If you just were to jump into this game right now and you didn't have like videos to help guide you, you would be in trouble. Just take my word for it. It's not a game that you can just hop into. I do wish he would add a little bit more to the tutorial phase of it, because it you get that initial list I showed you in episode 1. Once you complete it, that's it. You're kind of on your own. I mean, what do you do next, right? I think there should be like little mini quests and things like that to kind of push you in the direction. But again, it's just the way it is. So, you got to kind of deal with it, right? I'm going to render down this fat. I'm going to toss these. I've been sticking, by the way, once you get this thing built, it's just a cool place to store it. So it's less space in your cabinet. So I took all the ores out of here and I put them in that, which is where they belong. And then later on, it's going to get full, but you're going to have a couple of those. Eventually, once you can afford the power, you'll have a couple of these 3 slots, so you'll be running them. And once you get the 3 slots, you're pounding 3 at a time. It uses more power, but at that point, you'll be upgraded. So, yeah, I mean, we're still just getting off the ground here. We don't have a footing. Well, we have a footing as far as like a place to live. It's a starter base. It's doing what it needs to do. And, yeah. I don't know why I'm grabbing those. It's just habit, I guess. So, with that said... Oh, he's going to take off. Yeah, see, those rabbits are super touchy. They sense you pretty early, and they usually, uh, yeah, they're a good source of leather. They're just a pain in the ass. So in typical fashion, it's daylight. I'm gonna jump down in here, look for kelp, look for pearls. I'm not going after the sandstone just yet. I will later. I'll hit that hot and heavy. Because once you get to dive, improve diving later when you get the oxygen tanks and stuff, which believe me, we're a long ways from. Yeah, it becomes really interesting. Now you can get into the cave systems without the oxygen. You just have to be really, you can't screw around. You have to get to the cave system and in it without drowning. Which isn't too bad once you understand where they are and stuff like that. So, all right, it's gonna grab kelp here and move ahead. Just want to kind of pop your head out every now and then and catch your breath. All right, we got a pearl right there. I'm definitely gonna be grabbing that. Let me go back down. I could have swore I saw another kelp. Oh, maybe not. If I miss one, I don't. Oh, there it is. I knew I saw one somewhere. They can be tricky to see because of the way the water in this game is. Now, there's like this little thing you can do up top. Watch. See how you can see clearly if you get down to a right? It's tricky. Yeah, see what I mean? See how I can see clearly, but it's like this little tiny small window graphically. But you can see clear if you kind of just float kind of right. It's very touchy, but it can be neat if you're looking for stuff you want to see clear, Like I said, though, it's really not a usable tool so much because it's kind of a pain in the ass, but... Okay, there you have it. So now I can go ahead and munch on these because I badly need all of these. Because I am low. But our food's full. We got our fruits and veg up now. Like, you see how it's going to stop a sliver out. I had 8 of them. Still not full, but that's cool. So I'll go ahead and fill my water back up. When I get to the house, we'll roll them in there and continue on. I kind of let my food get out of the way. What happened was I was doing some thumbnails last night and I had the game running and I forgot to pause it. And I came back and I was like half starving to death, so that's why you saw me in that condition. I'm usually really good about pausing the game when I'm not at the keyboard, but I don't know, for some reason last night I must have got doing something and I'm not going to deal with him right now. Because they're probably the number one infringer of frickin' infection. They do that jump where they scratch you with their front paws, and that's usually when it gets you. The bears can as well, obviously, and the cat and all that, but I'm just saying from a player perspective, I get more infections from these wolves than I do from the rest of the mobs. But once you get the hunters going and you get yourself established, it starts to get really super interesting. Now, this game is also co-op, so it's not like, I mean, if you want to play this with a friend, you can, which is kind of cool, right? I mean, so, I would love to do a co-op, get that clown WC Joker, get him playing this and get in there with him, and I call him a clown because he's funny. He cracks me up, that guy. I watch his videos sometimes. He's like I am. He's like all chill, and then he just comes out with this like absurd comment. It's kind of funny. Yeah. So he's got my sense of humor. That's for sure. I'm probably a little more outlandish than he is, but he can get there. It's we all can, right? Eat that blueberry. I'm gonna save this just for like I like to keep these because you can feed the chicken. You can add these to the chicken coop, and they count for food. So if you stack a bunch up when you get your first chicken coop and only use one chicken, I'll go over that too as well, guys. Everything I'm talking about at some point you're going to be seeing. So if you're looking for it right away, when I'm able to do the things I'm discussing, we'll go ahead and cover them. And I'll explain it to you, the best I can. And we'll go from there. So I got some water now. I got some more fibers. I'm just going to go ahead and do up some of these. Why not? Gonna be grabbing more here and there on the way through. All right, so we got seeds also. I kind of try to stack these. I moved the ore, so I'm gonna put these down on the bottom. This is what I've kind of collected so far out and about and from different plants. Now you can right click on the vegetables and get the seeds out of them, or you can eat them, or so I'm kind of trying to build some of these up. I like to have 8 of each type because there's 8 slots in those planters. But this one here, I need cotton. I can't craft clothing without it, so I need to see how you need cotton. And it's hard to come by. You can loot it from out in the wild, but I haven't seen any. They're a little bit tough to spot. I'm hoping I'll run across some. I remember even when I played this last, that was not so common. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. All right. So right now I just want to look for crates and get some food. I'm going to dive over on this side for some kelp. Because the higher you keep these 3 pools, the more you can just endlessly run, right? If you let that stuff start getting low, you don't need to be running from a bear and then have your stamina shit the bed on you. So just try to keep your foods and water and fruit and veg up as high as you can. And that won't be a problem. If you start slacking on it, it's going to be a problem for you. Yeah, see what I mean? So there's, little vegetables. I'll hold on to that one. Fruits, and stuff out in the wild, so... right now, you got to be careful in here if you come to this area of the map, because, yeah, bears like this little area here. Of course, then you got wolves, and even though it's not easy, don't let that fool you, because they'll still kick your ass. Yeah, it's a fun, challenging game. It really is. If you're into that, if, like I said, it's not for everybody, but it is a good game. Like I said, it doesn't run and it never has, performance-wise, is better, which is kind of weird being an Unreal Engine game. Let's see. You can only see the path of that plane if it's flying over where you've explored. See how I moved that and you can't hear it? See how I'm hearing it now? It means it's down here somewhere. There it is right there. This is what I figured out so far. So it's flying that way. Now, if you hear the crash, I guess you hear a crash. I don't know. I haven't experienced it yet, because this is new to me. But yeah, so I'm still kind of curious how see how it flew into the unexplored. You can hear it, but I can't see it. According to the pictures I saw, if you have the map explored and it crashes, you'll see some burning embers on the map so you know where to go. So I'm not really chasing these things down right now when I can't see where they are. I mean, I could kind of run in that direction. It was just flying and hope I find it, but I'm not in a hurry for that right yet. So I'll just put that to the side for now. I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing wood. Wood's a constant thing, and it's going to actually almost make you want to be in tears at some points. It's crazy the amount of wood you need in this game and versus what you get out of it, right? So, I mean, this is a huge tree, and you get 6 logs from it. You see what I'm saying? Sort of like WC Joker's making a comment about, hey, you kill a bear and you get 2 pieces of meat. It's just it's a subsistence level. It is kind of, but it is what it is. So you got to kind of go with it, right? All right. So see, I got that. Now I can take and right click on this and make a seed, right? Or the seed won't rot, and I can plant that. And you're going to get more back. So once you plant these and then you harvest them, you're going to get back more. You're going to get back enough food that you're going to need, but also you can reseed it. So it's not a ton of it back, but you get it back. You get a surplus. So not a big one, albeit, but you get a surplus. You'll see once I start doing it what I'm talking about. So I found that. I'm just going to go ahead and seed it. These I eat because you can't seed these. See? You can drop it or eat it. So basically potatoes, onions, carrots, things like that you'll be growing, and then the rest of these kinds of things you'll find. But once you start growing carrots, you're not going to need to be even worried about grabbing the berries and stuff when you're out and about. So just have stuff. Yeah, they degrade and they, but you know that at that point you'll have a refrigerator. You know, so you'll be able to keep the stuff nice and fresh in there because that stops them from degrading. And then you can just in the morning, what I'll do is I'll grab, you know, 4 to 6 of whatever, like carrots or onions or potatoes or whatever I need to satisfy my fruits and vegetables for the day. And I take it with me, and so it gets better. It's time consuming. Can't stress that enough. It's just yeah, you can. I mean, look at though. I mean, it's not too bad. We're on episode. I think this will be 10. I think this should be episode 10. I think I have one in my folder I didn't remux yet, so pretty sure I got 8 uploading now, and I think there's one more in my folder, so this should be 10. If I'm wrong, it'll be in the correct episode number will be in the description below the video anyway, so but I'm pretty positive this is 10. So we're in our 10th episode, and you know, we're not looking that bad really. We got a base set up. We're running around and we're finding things and getting things done. I did do a lot off camera because I didn't want to bore you guys to death with just running around looking for crates for nails and getting wood. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just run around, you gather wood, you gather nails, get crates, you just kind of, you know, hunt for food, keep yourself alive, and you know, you go into your menu here at the house and you just craft your stuff, your chest, your platforms, whatever you want to do. I like these curved walls, but I also love a lot of this stuff. But like I said, that's, you know what I mean? It uses adhesives, it uses iron, and it uses these glass panels. And so we're not even close to that, but it probably would be a good idea to start grabbing the sandstone early on, but I just don't want to beat the hell out of my pickaxe. Right now I need other things more importantly, so I usually put that on hold till a little bit later. I'm not in a hurry to make glass things, and they do have more durability as well, which is odd. You'd think glass wouldn't be as good as wood, but hey, you know, I didn't make the game. So, grab those right in front of my face. It'd be goofy not to. Yeah, see, we're getting a lot of these. Plus, you want to be established with some sort of a base, too, when the season changes. Because things are a little bit different. It's cold. There's different wolves. The wolves actually changed to white, which is really interesting because they're hard to see. Obviously, a white wolf in snow is so yeah, the game's really cool, and I love the seasons aspect of it. You know, a lot of survival games like The Long Dark, for instance, just forever winter. I'm pretty sure the Long Dark 2. I'm not really totally in love with a lot I'm seeing with the new Long Dark, so it's, you know, focusing on co-op, which is cool. Some of the gameplay seems a little weird to me. I don't know. It's going to be a tough sell for a guy like me because I really love the game. I think it's a classic. I think it's going to stay that way, and I'm obviously going to be all over the new Long Dark when it comes out, like everybody else that plays it. But I'm never going to not play the original Long Dark. I don't care what they do. They're going to have to wow the ever-loving shit out of me to get me to concentrate solely on that new version. So we'll see. I hope and pray, and I wish it all the success it deserves. It's a great group of guys. Raph and all them guys are super cool people. You know, they had to downsize recently to reach their budgetary goals for the year. It was pushed back some, so it's not going to be more till the end of the year. I would say it might even go into the beginning of next year now. They had to let some people go from the team and so they could fund it moving ahead, because as you can, you know, imagine, being the Long Dark has been out for, you know, what is it, 14, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. I don't know the exact amount. Haven't really looked into that recently, but anyway, you know, it's funding. It's getting a little bit. Obviously, sales are still pretty good though for Steam. Actually, you know, a lot of YouTubers carrying it, and fresh YouTubers and new channels, and so there's that. It's been pushed back, which is fine by me because I really didn't want it to be out super soon. That's because I'm weird like that, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and eat that. These are the greatest. I'll eat these before I'll eat that apple. Yeah, we're good there. I drink of water. I'm running low on food, so I'm going to go ahead and eat that protein bar. Kind of eliminate the pressure of me having to hunt right away. I don't mind taking out the wildlife with the bow. It's just, it's the beginner bow is kind of weak. I do want to get that. I'm going to have to actually look, see what the hell I need. No, we need the recurve bow, which is here. Yeah, I need 15 weapon parts and 3 metal ingots. We're gonna have to work on more benches and stuff to get up to that far. This electrical bench I can make at some point. But see, it needs 850. So I'm gonna have to run my generator to get that 500 power up to 850, and also the sadly the mass fabricator to get this up to the 150 goal to meet this requirement. Which I can do. That's not a big deal. I do want to make another generator, though. Just because I like to have 2. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some scrap. I'm going to do that right now, actually. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to go ahead and toss some fuel on it there. It just generates faster. So get that done. Got plenty to make it, so why the hell not? I'll wait for that to get done. We'll throw it up on the shelf over here. Well, my coffee got cold quick. That's how cold it is, guys. It's freezing in here this morning. My old bones are freezing. And I just like do this number here. Make it look all pretty. Yeah, all right. Make it pretty. Go ahead and fill that up. Now, I'm not going to run these. Like I said before, I'll let this get me the 300 power, or free 500 power, excuse me, and the 100 mass. And then if I need more, like for this, for example, I'll juice it up. Because if you run it right now, you're just wasting your fuel, guys. It's free. Why would you want to, just like I said, be patient. Because I used to do it a lot, and I realized later fuel starts getting to be a real pain in the ass, so stop doing it. I had to learn the hard way, though. Well, I got a shotgun shell. See if it should be able to make a few. Oh, boy. I know, it's crazy. Let's put this stuff in here. Those ores I'll put away over there where they go. So I got 8, plus I got 2 in my gun, so I'm going to go ahead and load that up. Drag. You got to drag and drop. You can't click this crap in there. It's annoying, but it's the way it is. It's always been that way. All right. Those in there. Those in there. So see, I got, you know, I'm gaining. I mean, it's not a lot when you start building, but you know, we're not dire for this stuff. I decided I wanted to do a quick building project. I would be able to do something right. So I do need food, though. I mean, I could get through the night the way it is. Or I could just kill that clown right there. Might beat up on my steps a little bit, but that's fine. They can't come through your door, but they can damage the shit out of your stuff. So just keep that in mind if you pull this. You know, they're going to damage your stuff. I'll check it with the hammer real quick. They only get 1 food out of these clowns, too, but you can get leather and stuff. Yeah, if you equip your hammer and you got to kind of crouch and look down. See, that's 750, so that's good. That's 750, but I know he got the wall, see? So I got to grab some nails. I don't know if I did this on camera or not. Just hold the nails in your hands. Just look right at it. Just do that. That's fixed. Now I want to check my door. That's okay. Check the floor, because like I said, they can do damage. But that's it. Now I'm repaired, so not too terrible, right? When you have the stuff to fix it with. When you don't have the stuff to fix it with, then that's a problem. Because like I said, there's nothing worse than your stairs getting broken. Your happy ass can't get back in your base because you can't jump that high. So you want to be careful with it, is what I'm getting at. All right, so let's go up here and check our goods. See what I mean? That's it, guys. It's not a fast process whatsoever. I can go ahead and demonstrate I can use dirty water to fill those. It doesn't fill as much, but it's, you know, you're not waiting, you're not, you know, sitting at your stove. Now I'll go ahead and throw some more of that ash in here as well. See, that filled me up. I got 2 of them in there, right? So now let's go back out here and grab some more. Gotta be careful jumping because there is fall damage. Alright, so got that. I'll go ahead and grab some ash from our ash hole over here. Ash hole, that was fine. Anyway, I know, small things. Small things amuse the Uncle Byron, guys. I can't help it. Alright, so there we go. There we have it. We're filled up for the night. It's not going to progress because there's no light. Once we get that upgrade in there, we'll be good. This will speed up some. Right, you see how much I got for the day cycle? I've only had 2. If I had the night cycle, this would be, you know, we'd be up in here. You know, halfway or more point, so. But anyway, it's nighttime, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this video here so I'm not boring you to death all night long with nothing. We've covered everything up to this point, so I feel pretty good about that. And, you know, if you like this content, want to see more, guys, consider subbing to the channel. That'd be awesome. I would appreciate it. I appreciate you coming along. I really do. In the comments, I got a viewer said he's from Spain. Welcome aboard, my friend. And so, yeah, we'll continue on in the next one. So like, comment, sub, and take it easy, guys. See you in the next one.